If you're able to train in the morning and be disciplined enough to get 8+ hours of sleep and do your mobility and not get distracted by your phone and turn off the lights and whatnot, then I salute you, I applaud you. The rest of the normal people like me, unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to cut down. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 9 to 5 Athlete. Yes, that's right. This is the first video under the new name of this YouTube channel. I felt that I needed to change things up a little bit because the previous name just didn't make any sense. And as you can see, I just came back from work. And this video is long overdue. I made a short video talking about how to integrate between fitness goals and career goals while working 12+ hours a day, 60+ hours a week. And I think I need to elaborate on this a little more. So this is gonna be a very short video, not gonna talk too much. I'm gonna go straight into it. Okay, so basically let's start off with people that work 12+ hours a day, 60+ hours a week on a regular. If you work at a startup company, if you work as a doctor, if you work 12+ hours a week, I hope you're compensated fairly for this, because personally, besides January till March as a data analyst, I don't work more than 40 hours a week. I believe that maybe someday I will have to do that if I have no choice, but for the most part, I know that most people don't really do this, but there are some people out there that that's basically their work-life balance, unfortunately. So if you belong to that category, what I personally would tell you is you're better off just training in the morning, because you just have no other option. So yeah, just train in the morning. If you can postpone some of the workouts towards the weekend, you're better off just doing that. That's basically about it for the people that work 60+ hours a week on a regular basis. Now, for the rest of the people, the normal people, if you might call them, like me, like most people that work 40+ hours and occasionally, because for whatever reason you need to, I want to talk about the two options in further detail. So before we talk about the options, let's just talk about my personal training plan. Basically, what I have is a 4 times a week training where I have 4 different days. 2 days are similar to one another with a little bit of differences, and I'm gonna get into that. So basically, day 1 and 3. In both of these days, I'm doing a certain variation of pull-ups and a certain variation of pushing exercise. Could be push-ups, dips, or handstand push-ups. And the next exercise that I have is either a superset of handstand walks and toes to bar, or handstand walks and double unders. Added to that is a cardio session and also a Metcon at the end of the workout. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Metcon is in short for metabolic conditioning. If you don't do CrossFit, then you shouldn't really care about it. I'm just bringing it up as an example of how you can optimize it. So that's basically day 1 and 3. On day 2 and 4, I have, in both of those days, snatches and clean and jerks. In day 2, it's a power variation, and in day 4, it's the snatch and clean and jerk variation in the squat. In day 2, I have back squat, and in day 4, I have a deadlift. And in both those days, they end with cardio. And all of these 4 days, after they end, of course, with cardio and Metcon, there's also a mobility session. So yeah, basically that's my 4-week training plan. So if we talk about the first option of basically just training in the morning, there really isn't that much to it. Just keep the same volume, the same reps, the same sets, the same intensity. You just train in the morning. Again, unless you work 60+ hours a week on a regular and you're fairly compensated, or you have no choice, and I do hope you're fairly compensated if that's your work-life balance on a yearly basis. Unless you're in that situation and you don't have a choice, personally, I wouldn't go for that option, because I really think that there's a better option out there, which is what I'm going to talk about right now. So what I do, the second option, which is I was talking about on the short video, basically the second option is this. You postpone all your workouts for the weekend. What I basically do is, instead of 4 workouts, I'll have 2. During those busy times of the year, I'll be working 60+ hours a week. And how do I do that? How do I cram up all that volume into one workout? Well, tell you the truth, I don't. Okay, the intensity and the volume decrease a little bit, so the progress is slower during these periods of time where I'm working out just in the weekend. So I'll give you an example. If I need to combine between days, I want to make sure that they're similar, and I want to make sure that I get the most out of those. So let's just say that I'm on a certain weekly block, and on day 1 I have 4 sets of chest to bar pull-ups and ring dips, and I also have 4 sets of handstand walks. And in day 1, it's handstand walks and double unders. And on day 3, it's handstand walks and toes to bar. So if I do both these days, I have 8 sets of each, with basically 4 sets of double unders and 4 sets of toes to bar, and 2 cardio sessions and 2 metcons. So basically what I do during that, instead of doing days 1 and day 3, I'll cut it down basically the number of sets by half. So instead of doing twice a week 4 sets of pull-ups and dips, I'll do in one day just 4 sets of pull-ups and dips. And on the handstand walk variation, I'll do handstand walks, double unders, and toes to bar for 4 sets. So overall, the volume has been cut by half, but I'm still able to perform the exercises on a weekly basis. Even if it's not on the same volume and the same amount of intensity, I'm still making certain progress. And when it comes to cardio session, I choose between one of the cardio sessions from day 1 and day 3. And when it comes to the Metcon, I choose between day 1 and day 3. Between day 2 and day 4, basically I choose power snatches or squat snatches, or para cleans, or a full-on clean and jerk with the squat variation. And squats and deadlifts will not be separated between 2 days. They'll be crammed up to 1 day. So basically the exercises that day, that new day that I'm creating, will look like this. So it's basically squats, deadlifts, snatch, and clean and jerk, or the power variations. And I have to choose one of the cardio sessions and one of the metcons. So to sum it up, days 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 in the new format will look like this. So day 1 in the weekend is gonna be 4 sets of handstand walks, double unders, and toes to bar. Pull-ups and dips are gonna remain 4 sets. I'm gonna choose 1 cardio session, and I'm gonna choose 1 metcon session, and I'm gonna end the workout with mobility. And basically days 2 and 4 will be 4 sets of squats, 4 sets of deadlifts, and either choose between a snatch or a power snatch, a clean and jerk, or a power clean. And I'm gonna have to also choose between one of the metcons and one of the cardio sessions. So overall, you can definitely see that a lot of volume and intensity have been sacrificed in here. But what did we gain instead? Although a lot of volume and intensity has been sacrificed in comparison to the regular routine that we have, we gained more time to sleep and recover from the stress that we have at work. Because think about this, you sit a lot at work, which is proven to cause back and hip problems. I'll make a different video about this, discussing that issue and discussing that matter. And on top of that, you also have to deal with pressure from your bosses, pressure from your environment, working overtime. This is not easy. So even though you decrease the intensity and you think to yourself, I don't really want to do this because I don't really want to hurt my progress and I want to keep moving forward, I want to keep getting stronger or whatever, you're still making progress, but it's slower progress, and you're getting more sleep and more recovery, and you have more time for mobility and flexibility, which also helps you to recover. So personally, again, I'm not telling you what to do. That's what I would choose to do, and I think it's a lot more realistic for people in the real world to do that. If you're able to train in the morning and be disciplined enough to get 8+ hours of sleep and do your mobility and not get distracted by your phone and turn off the lights and whatnot, then I salute you, I applaud you. You shouldn't be working a 9 to 5, you should start your own business, and hell, maybe even be a professional athlete, because you have a discipline that only the upper echelon of people around this world have in order to be successful. So if you belong to that category, maybe you should reconsider your career. The rest of the normal people like me, unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to cut down, but don't take this too hard. It's a period, and just like every period, it passes. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. If you have any further questions or you want me to elaborate more on this, make sure to write it down in the comment section. If you can share this video so it can help others, that would be great. And click the bell button and subscribe right up here for more videos that will help you integrate between your fitness goals and career goals. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.